have the detection for this Sand King. No, the Razor doesn't care. He will just run on to the tier 2 tower here at the bottom.
Yep.
Sand King playing it safely. There you go. I'm sorry, Sand. Yeah, even the Shadow Demon is here. Claiming the creep wave, and they will. Yeah, desolate the creep wave, and there you go. Easy tower for the side of Team Thailand.
Yep. Last PDR, they're gonna be trapped inside their own base. And this might look like to be a high ground push here for Team Thailand. The Tiny can definitely blink in with the toss, but the targets are nowhere to be found.
And Diabolic eating, plus the right click down for the Tiny in the Razor. Easy tier 3, drop is open. Both will they go for the fight?
Okay, the mana has been depleted on the Razor.
That's a good thing about the PL.
Yeah. Can definitely repel the course, especially if you have lineups that can only push with a single hero. And in this case, it's either the Razor or a Tiny, but they can push together. So again, it's either the Tiny or the Razor. But with the PL on the side of Team Laos PDR, they can definitely burn up the mana of whoever will push. Okay.
Oh, there's a sentry. You're standing on the detection, sir. And they will easily take out the life of the Legion Commander.
Again, no buyback. 70 seconds without the Legion Commander for Laos PDR. Team Thailand, they don't notice, but they chase for more. BKB has been popped by. They're on track to catch the PL with the barrel strike. Nice catch there from the Sand King, but the damage isn't really there. The Dynamic as well. But Tiny on the backlands using the avalanche cross combination on CM. While the PL is ready to fight. BKB has been popped by the Tiny, but no damage whatsoever brought out by Team Laos PDR. And a Scarlet Mage will fall as well to the Razor.
And they will be forced to buy back, especially Skyrat Mage. They will try to defend their tier 3 at the middle. Look at the team fight potential coming from the Team Thailand.
There's still the
there's the flare, plus a silence, but still up.
Satanic, okay.
No.
Oh my god.
He got burst out, so still he got the Aegis, so he has second life.
Yeah, still has the BKB, and the Sand King is ready to fight as well. But Laos PDR, they're chasing the heroes away from Team Thailand.
Shrines is down for the side of Team Lao PDR. So advantage still on the side of Team Thailand on this game.
Yep, 10,000 gold lead in their favor, and they continue to scale. The PL, yes, it hurts, it depletes your mana, but with that kind of initiation wherein Team Thailand dictates the pace, you can't fight against that.
Have you seen the Laguna Blade, man? I mean,
well, I've seen the Laguna Blade on the Tiny, it deals no damage.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a stone that you try to hit with thunder. What do you expect?
It's a stone. The man was stone. Again, the Skyrock Mage falls down, and they're not done yet. They see the Skyrock. Yeah, it's down.
Even during that.
The freezing field damage is cancelled by the Valor Strike, and Crystal made it. She had found it.
What? BKB? Bought BKB for that, okay.
Playing it safe.
Yeah.
For the second time around. Okay, no way to cancel the TP.
During the death of the Undying, even after his life, can't do anything. 5 seconds, can't do anything.
Of course, Crystal made it, man. Crystal no frostbite, that's it. That's about it, sir.
And the Assault Cuirass is going to be the next item here for the Tiny. Outposts are being controlled here by Team Thailand to provide more XP. They're reaching the level 25 territory. It's going to be more scary here for Team Laos PDR if the Tiny and the Razor gets level 25.
Yeah, level 25 for the Razor.
Ooh, look at the XP. 630 each outpost. That's a lot. Yeah, that's a whole level on Razor. Used to be level 23, now level 24, heading towards the level 25. And the pause is going to come out for Team Thailand as they try to fix the mouse.
Yeah. Well, right now, Team Thailand still up ahead by a lot. I mean, 11,000, am I correct? 11,000 gold lead. Yeah, 24. Yeah. This is only game number 1, guys. Best of 3. This is the lower bracket finals for the Southeast Asian Games Dota 2 esports division.
You know, I have a theory why the Tiny keep pressing the BKB. Yeah, he's the one who disconnected. So I have a theory, okay? So his items are locked on the mouse. So there are mice like that where you have numpads on the side.
Yeah.
So I think when he uses Blink, he touches the BKB as well. So I'm interested to see where the Blink is positioned. There you go. It's near the BKB. So he might be pressing 2 buttons at once.
Well,
that's soft level analysis right there.
Well, same. I'm also using.
So sorry.
I'm also using my mouse buttons for the BKB.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So it's a matter of having huge thumbs. If you press the blink, you're pressing the BKB as well. That's why the Tiny, every time he blinks in, well, it's a good thing that you blink in with BKB, but sometimes it's not. It's not the thing that you want.
Yeah, this jabs. telling his guy, oh,
Remove the hotkey.
remove the hotkey for the BKB on your mouse, friend.
Yeah, he's trying to remove it using the settings.
Okay.
Why are you putting the hotkeys on the BKB on your mice? On your mouse?
Well, it's easy for
It's easy for you to say. You use your numpad. Joke's on you. I don't use my numpad. I click my items.
No, you use.
Well, you know, that's a very good throwback when players used to click the items and the skills.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, well, we were old, so we didn't have hotkeys before. It was
for Dota 1.
It was all clicking items and spells. Now you have the luxury of having your items binded to your mouse.
Yeah, the QWER is really helpful for new players.
Yeah, for you know, for the Invoker players out there, it used to be hella hard. It feels like, you know, playing the piano.
Man, those old days.
Yeah, the V, the Y's, the Z, the B's. Even I think there was a skill locked on I.
There is.
My God, it was very far away from the QER.
Exactly, man. I mean, well, of course, for the old peeps like us, we use the legacy keys. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I tried learning the QWER. It's much easier to pull off. You know, you have features today like quick cast, auto cast.
Oh man, the quick cast.
Before, if you want to amplify somebody with Slarda, you need to click the skill.
Then click the target.
Click the hero, and after that, you've wasted 3 seconds of your life, and you're dead.
Well, with the help with the quick cast, all you just need to do is just spam the your ultimate. I mean the corrosive haze, and just put on place the cursor on the hero.
Yeah, it actually used to be autocast as well, the right click.
Yeah, the right
when
click.
If you hit a target, it automatically applies the amplify. So you know that's something to consider when you're playing Dota 2. There are tools like that available to you, and you know professional players. The reason why they're really good, aside from the fact that they're really good, they have they utilize features like that: quick casts, auto cast, even binding you know some you know whatever to certain keys.
Yeah, they do use the features as of an advantage, you know, on the game.
Even couriers, it's very important that you control the couriers away from the courier itself. By the way, you can use the courier without having to press the courier.
True.
So one way to do that is go to the options. There are shortcuts for the courier. If you want to deliver item, you just need to press a key. If you want a courier to go back to base, you just need to press the key. You don't need to you know, click the courier and use the commands there. There are shortcuts for that certain functions.
I use the dash for my courier to deliver the items, or pick up and then deliver automatically.
For example, like if you're defending base and you want to use fortification into buyback immediately, if you don't bind your fortification and buyback into keys, that's gonna take a while before you accomplish those two things. But if you bind those movements onto keys, you can buy back and fortify at the same time. Just press 2 keys and you're good to go.
You know what? What's lacking for Dota 2 right now?
What
feature? The glyph.
Oh yeah, who
used the glyph?
Who used the glyph? I used to be so angry when people, you know, accidentally presses the glyph.
No, it's not accident. I don't believe in accident on the pressing on the glyph.
Well, now, if you ever experience glyphs during the laning stage, it's usually the mid laners, right? You usually blame the mid laners. Now, if the glyph is used and it doesn't translate into kill, you're gonna flame your mid laner. Hey, we don't have fortify when they push.
Yeah, especially if the on the late game, stage of the game, if the team is pushing you on your base and you know you already wasted your glyph, and someone's asking who used the glyph.
Somebody accidentally used the glyph. It wasn't me.
Yeah, it wasn't me. No one will, you know, admit who did actually use the glyph.
Oh, by the way, talking about fortification, it's very important to know that, well, especially in this patch, most of the times the wagons are utilized during the laning stage, the 5-minute wagon, the 10-minute wagon. That's why you need to time your fortification very precisely. Because if your mid laner wants to at some point use the fortification, you need to tell that to your team so that they have an idea on when they're going to defend.
So again, we're still on a short break for the game since that a certain player is having problems with their mouse. Well, as you know, as Midnight said, I mean, he has a theory about the BKB.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's you know, it's a mouse problem, or either that or it's another thing. We don't know.
No, we don't know. We don't know.
it might be a good time to talk about strats. Well, that's the thing about mobiles as well, because it's like sports, right? You have basketball. If you call for a timeout, you can effectively analyze what your enemies are doing, and you can plan it out. So you have your break, you can rest, and at the same time you can plan out the next your next moves, and it's technically a step ahead over your enemies. So it's the same for esports. You have pauses like this, technical pauses, or pauses for CRs or whatever. If they ever need to drink some water, bathroom, if you ever need to use the bathroom, or if you ever use the bathroom. So these kinds of pauses can be utilized as well to discuss what's happening on the map. So for Laos PDR, it's really crucial to plan their next moves right now, because it's looking like the late game is a green possibility for them. Because yes, the PL, he is still farming, but the Razor and the Tiny is getting to a point where they hit their critical mass.
Exactly. Even the well, yeah, PL will gonna get the Heart of Terras, but still, it's not gonna be enough.
Yeah, no damage, and the Legion Commander has already fallen off. And we talked about earlier how Legion Commander is really good on the lane game because it provides a catch. But the thing is, in this game, he gets deleted by the Tiny.
Exactly. And they have the Shadow Demon for the save.
For the save, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen a lot of the save coming for the Shadow Demon for quite some time. I mean,
2 saves in the early game. That stopped what Laos PDR wanted to do. And again, we have to go back. We have to recognize the mistakes here of Laos PDR. The boots of travel on the leader was so huge. We talk about this time and time again. If you want to play the 4 Protect 1, especially with a PL that can't fight against your enemies, you need to play as 4. And with the boots of travel of Lina, it doesn't allow them to play as 4. It forces you to play as 3 and let your Lina farm while PL farm. So they're put in a very weird situation wherein they have 2 cores farming and none of them can fight.
True. As we all know, the boots of travel, it costs almost the Yule Scepter.
Yeah,
right?
and it does 2 different things. If you want to push, if you want to split the map, boots of travel is really nice. But in this game, you need to fight as 4. You need to utilize the duel, and you need to utilize your Skyrath Mage.
Okay, I guess they already have paused the game, and of course we're gonna go in.
We're back.
The game. Yeah,
the mouse is fixed.
Yeah, no more BKBs.
The hotkeys are fixed for the Tiny. No more, random BKBs.
No more random BKB usage. Or unnecessary BKB usage.
Yeah. Rogue BKBs.
Yeah. So, just wait for the game to come in.
Yep.
I'm hearing a toss.
That's an avalanche.
I'm sorry, an avalanche. I think he just used the avalanche to farm the creep wave.
Well, it could have been the toss as well, because you can't. The thing about toss is you can't hear. Well, there's a certain, sound cues, but it's really hard to hear. It's just. So the Assault Cuirass is complete on the Tiny, so that provides more team fight presence for Team Thailand. More armor and more attack speed.
Yeah, and another thing, negative armor.
Yeah, definitely helps in dealing with the armor of the PL Legion Commander and the Lina.
And it also applies to the building, so they can take out the towers. I mean, earlier there were no AC, but when they push us around, the next fight or next push high ground, they'll easily take down towers as well.
Yeah, that's why I would have wanted the AC to come out first before the Blink Dagger and Tiny, because if you think about it, if they try to push for Team Thailand, there's nobody to hold on the side of Laos PDR. The Legion Commander is not going to be enough, the Lina is not going to be enough, because yes, the Lina can output huge chunks of magic damage, but the pipe was already completed on, the hood was already completed on the Sand King, and you just needed a way to go high ground. Now, yes, you completed the AC, but it's really hard to fight against Laos PDR on high ground now.
And the Sand King will also pick up, almost, the Heart of Terras.
Oh,
the flick it, BKB, usually pop. Oh my god, Crystal Bane is about to go down. Complete the damage. And 2 heroes down from the side of Laos PDR. And Team Thailand isn't done yet. They want more. They want to chase the Legion Commander. Look at this Lashrak burning down the LC. And 4 heroes down, but the commitment for the buyback. Instantly 2 buybacks. CM and the Lina.
Yep. It's a huge commitment for Team Laos PDR, and they were not able to get anything out of it. Again, Legion Commander was caught out by the Power Strike and the presence of the Lashrak. It really annoys Laos PDR when they want to engage, because they have to protect the PL and the Lina.
And also the Legion Commander will be forced to buy back to defend, but the Lashrak will still push out the bottom lane. So they can meet out the creep wave as well. I don't know if they want to go further into this fight.
Yep. Now Team Thailand, they just need to wait out the BKBs, wait for their next timing here, and probably get some more items. Lashrak has a Kaya and Sanj, and he is going to be able to purchase the plate mail for additional armor.
And the Sand King is also tanky now. They're having a hard time, taking out the Sand King as well. So
This doesn't feel like a sport Lashrak.
No. It's a core Lashrak.
Just look at the net worth. Look at the net worth. The position for Lashrak is richer than the Sand King.
2K richer, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the nature of Sand King is in this game is he is not allowed to farm because he cannot be seen by Laos PDR. Because if they see Sand King farming on the bottom lane, of course they would engage whoever is left in the middle lane or in the top lane. So Sand King needs to stay away from creep waves. That's why the Lashrak has been getting a lot of free farm.
I really like what the Team Thailand is doing right now. They're still pressuring the lanes. So in that way, Team Lao PDR wouldn't be able to farm anything.
Again, they're trapped inside their own base. This is a prison cell for Team Laos PDR, and the guards are outside the base. The Lashrak, the Sand Kings, the Tiny, and the Razor is the the chief of the prison cell where he just sits back.
Warden.
The warden, and just sits back, gets most of the benefits.
And it's been like almost 10 minutes now. It's happening for Team Lao PDR, being stuck in the base. The course wasn't able to farm. I mean, look at this, guys. I mean, from Team Thailand.
Oh my goodness, he's level 25. His talent is gonna hurt. More damage on the Eye of the Storm.
Eye of the Storm. It deals damage, heroes, or nor buildings.
Yep. I think that's plus 200.
Plus 200, yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna destroy the PL illusions much faster. CM low on the back line gets caught out by the Tiny. BKB's are being caught here.
The Manic and the duel! Oh my god, the duel, man! The duel win for the Razor, and they want to chase out the PL, but PL's too fast. PL moves really fast to stage, but then still 2 kills. And that's the dieback, man.
Yep, the butterfly is here for the PL, but his teammates are not. It's 3 versus 5. Lao PR, can they hold their high ground against Team Thailand? The BKBs are burned out, so Team Thailand, they will wait it out.
Roshan is up and ready for the taking.
Yep, Courier is already providing the vision here for Team Thailand. They know that they can take this Roche without contention from Team Lao PR.
And they have time to take Roshan since the Legion Commander and the Crystal Maiden die back.
Yep, 60 seconds without the Legion Commander.
And the double damage for the Razor.
Cool. 26 more damage for him as well. So this Razor deals a lot of physical and magical damage.
The Razor inside the pit, and there's no way for the side of Team Lao PDR to contest this Roshan.
Whose heart was that? I saw a heart.
Yeah, I think it's for the Sand King.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Sand King with the Heart of Taras.
So the Lina, a quick update on her items. I think BKB Aghanim's Wolves of Travel? Not really sure.
Yeah, he used the
He has an Aghanim, right?
Yeah. We did Laguna Blade earlier for the Razor, but still satanic, man. Instantly fills the Razor's life back into full.
Yeah.
Just like that.
So again, this is the result of Lina buying the Boots of Travel instead of the Yule Scepter. PL was not able to go online on his required timing, and Team Thailand, they're still playing on their own pace right now.
And Team Thailand will want to go for the bottom lane of Rax. And the Razor leading the charge on their deep open lane of Rax. Here we go, Eye of the Storm. He doesn't care with the illusions. But the Rod of Ada hitting the Sand King. But it will be still protected by his teammate from behind.
Yeah, by the way, the Sand King has 4,000 HP.
That's why thank the Sand King for you. And look at the man. Doesn't care. Just stand there.
Doesn't care. Burn my mana. I don't care. Laguna Blade. Okay, Somatic.
Yeah, there you go. Force Strike will connect. And the Crystal Maiden falls out. And what comes next? The Legion Commander, the Rod of Ados. It will be
Avalanche.
Avalanche, but the BKB is not effective.
Oh, the static link.
The static link.
BKB.
Oh my G. And they will take out the Legion Commander. 2 heroes down for the side of
3 heroes.
Make it 3 heroes down. No, make it a 4. Give me a 4. Start. There you go. And one for the PL, standing strong, but it's not gonna be enough. It's gonna be a full team up in GG. Team Thailand getting the first win over Lao PDR.
The PL cannot fight against the world as the Tiny and Razor was enough to sustain the team fight of Laos PDR, and game 1 will go to Thailand.
Yeah, nice game coming from Team Thailand. Actually, the picks, I really like the picks coming from Razor,
Yeah.
First Big Tiny. Feeling confident if you go for the First Big Tiny.
Yeah, again, the room for flexibility for Team Thailand allowed them to have better options come the 4th and 5th pick. So Laos PDR, they saw an opportunity to pick up the PL, and they had a game plan. Unfortunately, the items didn't connect, the timings were not up there, so it was just Team Thailand dictating the pace of the game.
Yeah, I mean, we can see, well, the dual damage or the duel for the LC. The LC wasn't quite effective in this game.
Yeah, again, the priority is the Shadow Demon. If you plan on dueling someone alongside a Skynet Mage Ultimate, you need to find the Shadow Demon, because the thing is, if you waste those skills, and if the Shadow Demon manages to save your target, you're not going to be able to fight anymore, because, again, you're leading bottom to travel.
And we also saw earlier that the Legion Commander tried to duel the Razor, and then the Shadow Demon decided, nah, I'm not
Kill
gonna.
himself.
Yeah, you can just kill him, you know.
You got this, bro.
No need for disruptions to
Yeah.
save. But here comes the game highlights for this game number 1.
Yep. Here's on the save from the disruption, and it immediately translated into the pressure here for Team Thailand. Fortunately for Laos PDR, PL was there, burning the mana of the Tiny. Unfortunately, they didn't have enough damage. Look at the Leshrac and the Razor coming into the team fight. And this is where the Split Earth came into play. And look at that, they saw the last remaining hero on behind the tree lines, and it provided a team fight for Team Thailand.
Despite you can see that they were able to burst out the Sand King, but then again, look at the Razor.
Yeah.
Standing still, doesn't get in to save, from the Shadow Demon, the disruption. He's coming alive, but then, yeah, sure, you can take the win, Split Earth.
Look at Shadow Demon.
Yeah.
Like, I have no disruption, bro. I'm sorry.
I'm out, I'm getting out of here.
I'm getting out. And this is where the PL is really good. If you have a hero, if you have a lineup that has a single, if you have a lineup that can only push with a single hero, PL is really good in terms of dealing with you, because he burns the mana. But the thing is, they were only caught out of that specific team fight. Now, Team Thailand with composure right back at them, they were able to find pickoffs. Unfortunately, the Tiny kept using his BKB too early. And this is where the Legion Commander was caught out of position by the Sand King.
Picking up the Legion Commander after second pick, it caused their problems. Since Team Thailand was able to pick third pick Shadow Demon, so it already countered that hero.
I was actually surprised that they didn't ban the Shadow Demon, because it's one of the popular picks against Legion Commander. It's either the Shadow Demon or the Wyvern. But the thing is, Wyvern is not in the meta right now. The only option left is the Algo Devourer. If the Shadow Demon is banned out, the OD is the only option left. But they already picked up the Razor, so it's quite weird for Team Thailand to pick up the hero. So Laos PDR are not realizing the draft potential that they have.
Too bad. They were not able to utilize the hero, which is the Legion Commander, since it got heavily countered by the Shadow Demon without banning the SD, or when you're gonna go for the LC pick. Of course.
There was no real way for them to complete the duel off, because there were saves from Team Thailand, and mind you, they have enough damage to take down the Legion Commander. The Razor himself is enough to sustain the dual damage of the Legion.
Have you seen they tried really hard to go for the duel into Mystic Flare, the Laguna Blade, but then Shadow Demon shows up.
Yeah, they tried 3 times, and the last time that they tried against Team Thailand, wherein they didn't see the Shadow Demon, it resulted into the ultra kill for the Razor.
Yeah, true. Then another thing, the Boots of Travel picked up for Lina.
Oh yeah, it definitely hurts. It definitely destroyed the early game timing that they were looking for, but they held back. They held back Team Thailand. Unfortunately, the peel was not enough to sustain the onslaught of the Tiny and the Razor. Again, they hit critical mass.
That's pretty, unfortunate for the side of Team Lao PDR. But the good thing is about this series, we still have a game number 2.
Yeah, this is best of 3, so they have more chances to claim the games back. And we never know, this might be a reverse sweep.
Yeah. So we'll know, of course. If Team Lao PDR, we're gonna force a game number 3. We're just gonna go ahead on a short break. We'll be back shortly with much more Dota 2 action.
has grown over the past couple of years to multi-million-dollar tournaments. It's the primary form of entertainment for the youth and millennials. When we first caught wind of the SEA Games, we realized that it was missing a major component and what we felt should be esports. We flew across to Philippines. We met up with Senator Cayetano and the rest of FISDOC, and the rest is history. Esports, for the first time ever, is a medal sport in a major sporting event.
This is the first time esports is going to be included in the SEA Games. It's a huge thing. Like, we've been waiting for this for quite a long time, actually.
It really shows how far esports has come. It's